1987 Nissan Micra 1 litre manual in red, this one. Just over 60,000 miles on the clock. Bodyweight wise, we'll start off the bonnet, work our way around the car. We'll go to the interior and then we'll do an engine startup. So bodyweight wise, the bonnet's all nice and straight. It does want a machine polish. You can see it's a little bit pink in places, a little bit flat. So it wants a bit of a machine polish or a hand polish anyway. A few little stone chips down the bottom edge there. Across the scuttle there, got a tiny little bit there on the corner on the left-hand side. As you come across the right-hand side, got a tiny little bubble on the right-hand side at the top there. So that's right-hand where it meets the wing and the windscreen. Down to the front end, all the light lenses are okay, nice and clear. They're glass, obviously, so that's all right. Bumper corner, nice and straight on the left-hand side. The bumper itself's all nice and tidy. A little bit of a scuff on the right-hand side, and the lower section looks to be okay as well. As we come round onto the driver's wing, a little bit more shine to this one. You can see it's quite red, the wing. A little bit of a parking dent here on the top of the wing, and a few little marks in the paintwork itself on the right-hand side. As you come round the arch, we'll go nice and slow. There's a few little bubbles at the top half underneath the paint on the actual top half of the wing itself, on the arch there, on the body line. Down the lower section, as you come across the bottom of the door, nice and tidy. Up on the top of the driver's door, got a bit of a scratch there on the driver's door. Whether a polish would sort that, I'm not too sure. A little bit of fade there, another scratch there on the door itself. Around the handle's okay. And we've got some sun fade to the top around the window. We'll jump up onto the roof now. Again, we've got some sun fade. With it being red, it goes a little bit pinky, but a good polish would square most of that away. A few little marks in the paint itself, sort of stone chips. But a bit of sun fade there. You can see it as it comes down the pillar on the rear of the car there, how it gradually gets redder and redder into a nice shiny red. Like I say, these red cars tend to do that. Let's come down the lower half. Clearly see it's obviously had a bit of welding at some point in its life, but it is an 87 Micra. It's to be expected. A K11, I believe, this shape. A few little bits and pieces on the arch on the rear there, but nice and solid when you put your hand behind it. I'll do a slow, sort of little cobweb there, a little slow-mo around the inside of the arch. You can have a good look at that. Rest of the quarter's all okay, apart from a few little stone chips here and there. As we come round onto the boot again, we've got a little bit of fade to the paint on the tailgate. All the glass is nice and clear though. But apart from the fade, it's all nice and straight. Nice and tidy across the lower section. Light lenses are good again on both sides. All nice and straight across there. Probably wants a new rear plate if you're being really picky there. Little mark to the right-hand rear bumper corner. Again, the rest of the bumper's nice and straight. Left hand, again, a little bit of a scuff to the bottom. Have a good look at that lower section there. As we come round onto the left-hand side. Again, around the fuel cap, nice and tidy. A few little scratches on this side and some sun fade again across the top. As you come down the lower half, all nice and straight. We'll go around that arch. Got a few little dings on the arch with a few little stone chip touch-ins and a bit of bubbling in the paint again. Nice and tidy across the lower section once again. Lovely and straight down the passenger side. All nice and tidy down the door top onto the lower half section. Have a good look at the sill there. As we work our way up onto the front wing. Lovely and straight around the front wing. A few little stone chips, a little mark here and there, but all nice and shiny on the front wing there on the left-hand side. Onto the interior now. Brown door card, all nice and tidy. Wants a little bit of a clean, but no big cracks, tears, rips, or anything like that you don't want to see on there. Quite a cool seat that. A little bit of grubbiness to the seat, but again, we've got no rips or tears. A little bit of sort of the foam split a little bit underneath the cloth, but no rips or tears, all nice and presentable across there. Dashboard, very 80s in two-tone brown with no cracks to it. All nice and straight down the centre console. Original head unit there. 4-speed manual this one. Showing 61,553. All nice and clean, no cracks to the dials at all. The rear seats again are lovely and tidy. No cigarette burns or rips or tears there. Headlining is nice and clean as well. It's very 80s retro coolness that. As we come into the boot now again, all brown, all the plastics are nice and straight, no No major cracks in there that I can see at all. James will lift the boot floor, spare wheel, lovely and clean that in that boot floor there. Look at that, lovely and tidy in there. As we come round onto the left hand side again, door card's lovely and clean. No rips or tears out the door card. The passenger seat showing no real wear at all to the passenger seat, no burns, no rips or tears at all on that. Have another look at that bolster, lovely and straight with that sort of Z print material. Rear again, lovely and clean and tidy in the rear. Door cards are all good. Brown carpet set is in really, really good condition. No real wear at all. That the yield pad's nice on the driver's side. Dashboard once again from the left hand side is lovely and tidy with no cracking at all. Into the engine bay now, the little 1 litre petrol engine, 997 or 998cc this one. A little bit of surface rust to the airbox, but all in all, looks to be complete in there. James is going to fire it up. Might have a little bit of a squeaky belt. When I started the other day, the belt was squeaking a little bit, but we'll find out now. Tiny little squeak off the belt there, but apart from that, it's ticking over nice and happy. It's not rattling, it's not smoky, it's not trying to stall. No problems at all with that. Ticking over nice and happy. Like I say, a little bit of a squeaky belt, but it has been sat here for a couple of days. You don't know if that's the alternator pulling a load of charge or what's going on, but it's only a little belt in it. Right, there you have it. The 1 litre Nissan Micra K11. K10, isn't it? It's a K10, isn't it? I've called it a K11. We all know it's a K10. I apologise to my Nissan fans out there. That's my mistake. Absolute stupidity. It's definitely a K10. James is disappointed in us there. Look at that. That's me having a HR meeting on Monday morning at 9 o'clock for my attitude at work today.